is up? Drew Bronies, JJ back here with the golf crew talking the Memorial. Got Snyder, Kurt, Mangone. And yes, I'm sporting like my, Raiden look for all my Mortal Kombat fans out there. Snyder, I love the yellow. It's a great color. You're looking lean and wiry as always. How was your week last week?
Yeah, it was a pretty good week. I got the yellow on. This is Jack's tournament, so you got to have the yellow on for Jack. But yeah, looking forward to this event. Last week was pretty good. It was such a long week. I don't even remember who won last. I think Drillo won, didn't he, or something? I don't even remember. It was a long 3 or 4 days with the Memorial Day weekend, but excited to get into this event this week.
Love it. And Mangone, you look like a certified badass today. I don't know if it's the backwards hat or maybe the tight RPS shirt. Is it just me, guys, or is that RPS shirt getting tighter and tighter around those arms for Mangone? I don't think I'm alone with that thought.
Agreed.
It's just like no comment. Mangone, how was your week last week?
It was fun. It was quieter, right? Because I went down to the Jersey Shore, a little GTL Kurt style, had a good time. So, but I'm back, right? We're back, baby. Kurt was all worried I wasn't going to be here for the show. Don't worry, I moved my flight just for Kurt to hang out with him, because who doesn't want to talk some PGA winners with him? And of course, I'll let you stroke Snyder Dunkel. He doesn't need to be stroked extra. His ego's already way too high. But it's definitely been it was a fine week last week, nothing crazy, but I'm excited to dive into this weekend to see how it goes. And of course, I'm repping the RPS bet shirt because got to be a company man. And don't forget, Saber Sim as well on the hat.
Typical. Speaking of people that aren't repping anything company wise, Kurt, you do have the hair going though. Hair's looking good. You got that little mini goatee going as well. Doing the goatee action. Kind of connecting, kind of not. You're tan. Got the whole summer bod ready to go. How was your week last week?
It was good. Classic was actually better than Showdown, which was rare. Showdown was another freaking disaster. Holy crap. Paul Haley, just what even is that? I don't know, but Classic was good. Cast the single entry stuff, which is awesome going into this week because they're doing the leaderboard thing. So still in contention for that. Put the head down and get back at it this week.
Love it. So this week we're at the Memorial.
And sailor's hat?
What happened? Well, yes. you can kind of turn a bucket hat, into a sailor's hat, by just a quick little flip of the wrist. All right.
I would have known you were gonna wear it earlier. I would have went and grabbed mine, but too late.
Yeah, this will be one and done. This puppy's getting retired after this show. It's going on my refrigerator.
Can you sign it and send it to me?
If you would really like, I could probably make that happen. If you'd like. I could even actually considering. Oh no, you're not in DC anymore. I was gonna say I could give it to my dad. We both can sign it for you.
I was gonna ask if Uncle T was here. He'd ask if the lady's gonna wear that on the bench in the next couple minutes.
I couldn't even. Could you imagine wearing this on the bench? I couldn't even imagine. Like how much of an asshole do you have to be?
A little boat session, a little bend.
I just see Kurt saying challenge accepted and seeing.
Right. Like a little boat session. Just a little bend over action on the.
Yeah, it's like a horny version of Popeye wearing this hat. You're wearing this hat on the fucking bed. All right, so Snyder, some people's favorite part of the week. Some people, I'll tell you what, if it's not your favorite part of the week, you're probably not even watching the show. And the Soldiers, because we're doing the show a day earlier, Soldiers coming out tomorrow.
Yeah, the Soldiers will be out tomorrow around 10 a.m. Eastern. So look for that. We actually had a down week for the Soldiers last week. I mean, it was like a long weekend. I was kind of on a bender, but I think only one Soldier made it through last week. So we definitely got to get better on that. But we're on the Muirfield Village this week. It's going to be a par 72 measuring 7,543 yards. It was recently renovated back in 2020. They've also added a couple of new tees here this year, adding some more length. The holes 16 and 17 golfers are going to see water and play on 11 holes. The rough will play tough here, right around 4 to 5 inches here. It's going to be a mixture of blue, rye, and fescue as well. The greens here are going to be rolling at around a 13 on the step meter. And they're some of the most purest, best greens on tour. Many golfers say these are the best greens they play all year on tour. So interested in that. These greens are going to be smaller here, right around 5,000 square feet on average. You're going to have plenty of undulations, some runoff areas. This is a second shot track here, giving golfers who can fade the ball a slight advantage here. The renovations Jack did here were to make the course much tougher and longer. He wants to challenge. Basically, his quote was challenge every facet of every club in the bag here. Fairway bunkers were pushed back on some holes to account for golfers hitting the ball a lot further off the tee. Greenside bunkers here are some of the toughest on tour. Muirfield Village ranks 8th toughest off the tee here, with a penalty of missing the fairways being the toughest on tour. So you definitely need to hit fairways here. Something like guys like Cantley have just thrived in this event, hitting fairways day after day. It ranks that, or I missed my spot. With how pure these greens roll, I actually think it's going to kind of help some of these bad putters. I mean, you're going to see these greens just roll super pure. No grainy greens here, no bumpy surfaces here. It's going to be straightforward. When I'm looking to build a model this week, I'll be looking at golfers' strokes gained off the tee, both good drives and fairways gained. Short game here, approach, emphasis off proximity 175 and plus. Both scrambling and sand saves around the green. Par 5 scoring short. Par 5 scoring. God, I'm kind of killing this one. Strokes gain difficulty in long courses, and then putting with an emphasis on bent grass here. If I was looking to get a course comp here, it'd be Augusta Nationals. He designed many parts of this property right after playing that for many years. And then Valhalla would be another course comp that Nicholas designed. I think would be a good comp here as well.
Few little slip ups are barely even noticeable with how consistent this segment often is anyway. Also, it's you're off a holiday weekend, Snyder. For all we know, you might be shit faced right now on this show. It's forgiving. It's forgiving. And we got Mark, Jason, and Jake in the chat, which we know these are the regulars, so they're also forgiving about it. So just a quick shout out to Snyder, struggling through it, but pushes right past to finish it out.
Douglas, can we call out how Snyder made up something? It's called what? I wrote it down here. Blue rye. What is blue rye? I mean,
if you listened, I said it was going to be a mixture. The rough is going to be a mixture of bluegrass, ryegrass, and fescue.
Yeah, I mean, so like Snyder,
you got your bluegrass, then you got your ryegrass, and then you got your fescue grass. All three different types of grass.
It was fescue.
Fescue has the thicker leaf blades. Bent grass is more of a thinner type of grain. And then you've got the ryegrass there as well.
Snyder, I need a video of you like on the course on like with birds chirping in the background, like laying down like the grass. That's what I need. I need that on Twitter.com.
I'll send you a picture tomorrow. I'll get the 3 different types of varieties sent over to you ASAP.
Yeah, I want it on Twitter though, Snyder. Right? The people need to know how good the course preview is. You gotta say these are the 3 grasses on whatever, right? And you could blame me for it. You could say CC Travis Mangone wanted it, but
make sure you mention the Fresca grass on the Soldiers tomorrow.
I sent Mangone a Snapchat yesterday. I was out golfing yesterday. It was not a good day on the links, but it was the drinks were cold.
I played so bad yesterday. I mean, I just started, but even for me, I played so bad yesterday. It was a good day. It was nice outside.
As long as the beer's cold.
Exactly.
Jake, bringing the church grandma swag. Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm here for. Changing things up a bit. And, I kind of blame myself. And, Mangone, you're going to hate this take, but I think Snyder had a rough go with the course preview because he was busy looking at my dumbass hat. Like, it was probably my fault. Why Snyder had a little rough go around there.
Every great every great person needs a good fall guy. So don't go
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna have another try at it here in about an hour. So make sure to tune into the Strokes Game Show here at 8:30 Eastern on the Run Pure Sports Network.
Awesome. Though, let's get this started. It's somebody who we don't often start with DFS. Curtis. Kurt. Let's give you the numero uno leadoff spot today for DFS. Who do you like at the top?
Going way up top. I'm going Mr. John Rahm, the guy who had this tournament stole from him because of stupid ass COVID. I like so many value guys. I think I'm going to easily be able to afford it. Scotty's been playing awesome. Obviously, it's yin and yang, but it's Scotty's 4th event in a row, and that's kind of like my cutoff point, even for the GOATs. So I'm going John Rahm up top. And I think he gets the win here this week.
Awesome. Who do you like at the middle bottom?
Middle. Oh, yeah. I forgot we did double. I'm going to Sepp Straka. He's been playing good lately. I always like Sepp Straka in places where you have to hit fairways. And then surprisingly, he's 7th in approach in this field the last 36 rounds, which threw me way off. So Sepp Straka, 6,600.
Awesome. Snyder, who do we like in DFS this week at the top, and who do we like at the middle bottom?
Yeah, I'm going to go all the way up to the top, even past John Rahm. I'm just going to keep playing my guy, Scotty the Kid. Hasn't hurt me yet. He's finished inside the top 12 every event going back to like October. 3 straight top 5s. The dude is just absolutely lapping the field, strokes gained tee the green. And if he can putt this week, I mean, he could win this event by 7 strokes the way he's hitting the ball tee to green. If he can just putt to a 0 here, I think he can just absolutely lap the field here. With these greens rolling better, purer, I really like his advantage he has off the tee as well. I mean, he's going to be so good tee to green, just mitigating all the trouble that all these other guys are going to get themselves into. If he can just putt to a 0, I really think we see Scotty lap the field here. I think a lot of people, like Kurt said, is going to go to John Rahm there and take the slight savings, the $300 savings down to John Rahm. John Rahm did win this event in 2020, should have won it in 2021, finished 10th here in 2022. Scotty the Kid, he finished 3rd here, though, when he played it in 2021, so don't discount that. I think he's going to get it done here. And then looking down the board, I'm going to go for a 6K guy as well down here, like Kurt did. I'm going to go with Matthew Neesmith here at 6,500. He's been playing some great golf leading up to this event. 4 straight finishes inside the top 40, and he was 37th in his last trip here last year. He was 23rd at the PGA Championship. I really like Matt Neesmith kind of make a top 30 run here or something.
Interesting. For whatever reason, I thought Neesmith had an I in there. Tough scene for me. Well, an I in the front of the word, not in the middle. Anyway, Mangone, last but not least, of course. And I will say, because I feel like it's on your mind, 2 people before you went both chalk at the top. Who are we going with for DFS at the top?
Yeah, so I think this week, I just want to go through this before I dive into the guys I'm playing. So we literally have Scheffler, who's been playing the best golf we maybe have seen since Tiger Woods. Could you argue that? This stretch is, it's Tiger Woods.
Definitely tee to green.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you have Scotty Scheffler, who he's been lights out. Snyder talked about how he's gotten T3 here. Then you have John Rahm. His history is nuts. T10. He's got the BSWD that he should have won, and then he's got a first place finish. So that's in the last 3 years. And then the last one to mention is Cantlay. His history the last 5 years is T3 first, T32 first, and 4th. And I know they're playing on a different course where it's I think they've only been here the past 2 years, but point being, these courses kind of play similar, right, Snyder?
It's the same course. They just renovated it.
Okay,
2 years ago.
Yeah, I knew there was something they did. So they did renovations, but still, those guys, they're just 3 absolute course horse, power horse guys. Yeah. I can't really get off of. I think in DFS, you kind of want to set a rule. I'm going to go in when I kind of run my DFS stuff, and I'm going to set a rule. Give me at least one of them and just see what it all looks like. I haven't ran anything yet. It's only Tuesday, but I'm going to start there and then kind of see what happens. The guy I'm starting with is Scotty Scheffler. Scotty has just been absolutely lights out. I'll let him prove me wrong. I also think because of how good Cantlay and Rahm have been, and the reason why I mention how good they've been, I think that'll still take away from Scotty Scheffler's ownership enough where I'm perfectly fine with it. So Scotty's my number 1, Cantlay's my number 2, Rahm's my number 3. That's how I would rank them of picking those options. If you were curious, that's the way that I would go about it. So next up is talking about the kind of value I'm going to go to. Now, I'm not going all the way deep down into the 7K, but I'm gonna stay at the 8K range, and I'm gonna go with Siwoo Kim. Siwoo Kim has had some pretty good history here that it's hard to argue with. Also, if you look, last 24 rounds, 18th in off the tee. You got 18th in approach as well. Those are 2 stats that I'm keying in on this week. He's T9 and T13 since the renovations. And one thing to note, he's gained strokes putting almost every year he's played here. Siwoo Kim is not known as a great putter. He gained the last 2 years as well with the renovation. So, that mix of, the blue fescue or whatever Snyder was talking about, the rye stuff, Siwoo Kim can get the job done on it. So I'm in on some Siwoo Kim this week at 8K. I think he's a really good play and worth kind of jumping up to an 8K rather than some of those 7K options.
Fair enough. And Mangone, I'll stick with you. Just a quick point for Mark, Cantlay, Hideki in the bottom, Streelman, Kurt made a great point 4 weeks in a row for Chef. Yeah, touche. Mangone, I'll stick with you for you're outright, right? I know you talked heavy on Scheffler. From an odds perspective, look, there's no shame. I know I troll you guys often, but there's no shame in going at the top if you truly believe there's value at the top. So who do you think wins this tournament?
I do think a big boy's winning this event, but I don't think it's one of the guys at the top from a value perspective, right? Like if Scheffler or Rahm or Cantlay win, will I be shocked? No, of course I'm not going to be shocked. But I'm looking for some value on the board, and value enough where I still take a pretty good golfer. His odds have moved up since Monday, but I'm in on Vic Hovland again, 20-1. I'm sure I'll talk about him until he basically wins, but it's just hard to argue. If I want an off the tee guy and I want an approach player, why can't it be Vic Hovland? It just makes so much sense here. This course also seems like it kind of lines up to the PGA Championship course. It's not perfect, but Vic played pretty well there, and he didn't even play that great last week and still finished well at the Charles Schwab. So give me Vic Hovland at 20-1 as my main outright on this one.
Seems like he's been live quite a few weeks. It goes to your point from a few weeks back where it's like, man, it just feels like he's going to win one of these. Snyder, you're outright. Who we got?
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think there's a lot of value in this guy. This guy has won an event on this course. It was a Workday Challenge event on this course. He finished second at this Memorial on this course in 2021. 25-1 odds. I'm going to go with my guy Colin Morikawa here. He's actually done really well on the greens here too. He's gained over 4 strokes putting twice on these greens. If he does it for a third time, he's definitely going to win this event. I think his ownership in DFS is going to be sub 10% again. His game was pretty much built for this track, though. I mean, he's a great long iron player, one of the best ball strikers on the tour. He can find fairways very easily. He lost in a playoff to Cantlay that year. He got second. So I think he's a guy that's going under the radar and actually has some good betting odds at 25-1, which you rarely see him getting 25-1 anymore. So I really like the value in the odds there.
Good stuff. Kurt, how about you? Who do you like at the top? And you're going to double bang it with a value shot. So, but who do you like at the top to win this thing?
All right, so I'm going a little bit unorthodox. I think we see the return of someone's game that's been bad. So I think it's going to be Roy or Justin Thomas. I chose Thomas. I like the value because Roy's still I think he's still like 12-1. So I'm going Justin Thomas to find his game this week.
Let's see what are his odds. Kurt, you muted.
Kurt just muted himself.
Wait, I just muted myself mid-sentence.
Yes, you did. I don't know how you pulled that off, but it was impressive.
I didn't touch anything.
28-1.
Did you just mute me, Dunkel?
I wasn't even on this tab.
I didn't have my hands in my pants. I literally had my hands in my pants.
It's probably a fucking leprechaun then, Kurt. What do you want me to tell you? How else could it have happened?
Anyways, Justin Thomas 30-1. I think him or Roy find their game. I think one of them will be in contention. I chose Thomas 30-1 on FanDuel.
Oh, 30-1, even better. Cool. And then for a long shot, somebody that might be outside the reach, and granted, this tournament feels a bit top heavy, so don't need to go crazy with an outright, but is there somebody you feel like has a legitimate shot to win at a bit of a deeper price?
And I did, and I didn't love this, but I did place it this morning. I don't like the bottom of the board, so let's just go with the guy who finally made a fucking cut last week for the first time in about 80 years, and the guy who won the event last year. Won Billy Ho, 170-1. Billy Ho.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Back to back, baby, just like Cage Lee at Byron Nelson last year.
Snyder, how about you for a long shot? Who we like?
Yeah, for a long shot this week, I'm going to go with a guy I think there's some pretty good value on. He's been playing a lot better over the last month, too. He finished second here in 2019. I'm going to go with Adam Scott. He's got a couple top 10s in his last 3 events. You can get him at 55-1. So I really like Adam Scott with the odds there. I think his game's kind of built for this track as well. I mean, he can hit fairways. He can get the hot putter rolling as well. Last year was kind of an outlier there with his losing 10 strokes short game, but T16 in the second in his previous 2 starts here. I think Adam Scott has some value at 55-1.
Good stuff. And Mark, I know I typed in the chat too for you, but I'm seeing 30-1. Maybe get a better price on FanDuel, but he's around 30-1 current market. Yeah, 35-1 FanDuel. Kurt mentioned. Mangone, long shot. And again, no need to go crazy, but is there somebody with a little deeper value that you think has a legit shot to win it?
Yeah, it's a great segue to say, hey, always price shop, right? You know, we look at some lines. You never know. The lines can move while we're on here. And also you might have another book up that might be better. You might have access to a book that we don't have access to, right? Just different states have different legalization. So that's basically where we wanted to mention that. But yeah, Dunkel, we have our first dupe of the show. It's Billy Horschel. As crazy as that sounds, I didn't think that we would at all align on this there, Kurt, but it's just I don't even want to shop that far down the board.
Yeah.
And Billy Horschel has had some good signs, it looks like. On top of that, again, he's won here, right? He's had some good success at this event. It's 150 to 1. Here's his history for you. His history is first, 67th, T13, and T9. I'm going to take my chances with Billy Horschel just rekindling some magic and kind of getting back after. I mean, he's someone I think that he's a veteran, right? He can find his game again. So I'm going with Billy Ho at 150 to 1, Dunkel.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And then we'll keep it with you for a T20, Mangone. Who do we like there?
Yeah, T20. It's a perfect segue back to Horschel. I picked Horschel again. And I'll admit I did fly today, so a little bit of a time crunch trying to get it done. But I thought the odds were pretty good on some of these golfers in like that 3 to 1 range. There's a couple of guys like Woodland I thought was interesting at his price. Cam Davis was another one that I would go look at his price of plus 330, but I ended up landing on plus 360 Billy Horschel. Again, he's had good top 20 history. I think he finds his game here. Sometimes golfers, when they're struggling a bit and they start seeing their form, it's the perfect get-right spot. I think this is a good get-right spot.
I continue to say this. Like I actually prefer when you guys kind of load up on the same guy. It shows conviction. It shows that, first of all, it shows that you've done a decent amount of research on an individual, especially if you're going that heavy on him. I mean, versus obviously scattering the board with T20 here, a different outright, a different long shot, a different matchup. I like it. You want to grab your nuts and go Billy Ho across the board for value? Hey, I'm in. Snyder, T20. What do we like?
I'm going to go down the board a little bit here, find a longer shot here, kind of. I'm going to go with K.H. Lee at plus 340 to finish top 20. He's been a cut-making machine. He played really good at Wells Fargo's 8th there. He's done all right here. Nothing great, but I think he's a guy that can battle through. And at the odds, I like his odds at plus 340 to T20. I think he's on the cusp of finally putting together 4 good rounds. So I think he's got some value in the plus 4. So I could go to a guy like JT. I mean, JT's got an incredible odds at T20 at plus 120, but I kind of feel that could be a little trappy looking at his recent form and such. I just don't think I can trust him off the tee and with the flat stick right now, but those odds are very good to get JT at plus money to T20, I think.
Yeah, on board. I think Mark, you're referencing Benny On. That's who he's referencing.
Fucking hate that guy so much.
What was that, Kurt?
I hate fucking Benny On, scumbag, motherfucker. Scumbag. Biggest scumbag on tour. Piece of shit, motherfucker.
He's not the best putter, I'll say that.
Dude, he's the biggest tilter in my life. He'll fucking spray balls in the water when I play him. He'll miss 3-foot putts. The dude's shoot him to the moon. No return plan. Boom.
He's a good ball striker. Just can't.
He can lick my balls and then he can fucking strike out and go fuck himself. How about that?
So, Kurt, it's safe to say T20. It's not going to be Benny On. No.
I mean, no, he's literally been crushing. But I click the button, he just turns his fucking starts twitching and just bang yanks everything. Fuck off, Benny On, you shit stain motherfucker.
He's finished top 20 3 of the last 5 events. Kurt,
and what I just said, he's been playing awesome. But I click the button in Showdown today, he fucking shits his pants. The dude's a scumbag.
Yeah.
Kurt, tell me how you really feel.
I appreciate the passion. It's it's
not a friendly thing. It's the fact that he screws me. Like, he'll get top 20 and he'll have one day where he shoots 74. Kurt had him that day. He did. It's happened 3 times. What are we on here? I'm gonna one up Snyder's 340. I'm gonna go plus 390 on FanDuel for Little Dick Brian Harmon. Plays decent here. He's the guy you expect to get top 20 and then not much else. But plus 390, I like the odds there on FanDuel.
You guys all win in that 3.5 to 4 to 1 area for the T20.
That's the nut range of T20.
Hold it. It's a good range this week for some T20s. There's definitely some good value on it.
Kurt, your matchup, are we fading Benny On? Maybe too much steam his way?
God, Benny On. I didn't even see a matchup for him. Actually, I'm terrified. I'm terrified of Benny On. I didn't mean
to throw you off. Whoever you're going to give out, it's fine. I'm
going Don Rahm over Scotty at plus 112 on FanDuel. Sky's the god. He's a god, but it's his 4th tournament in a row. John Rahm coming off a T50. Coming off a week's rest. I think he'll be motivated out here. At one of his favorite events.
Interesting. Mark's never on board with Morikawa. Seems to always get him wrong. And Harmon's a strong play. Mark's on board.
Mark understands.
Mark is on board. Snyder, matchup that you like.
Yeah, a matchup I like this week is Terrell Hatton, -130 over Jason Day. Terrell Hatton's gained strokes off the tee 6 straight events. He's finished 3rd, 5th, and 15th in his last 3 events. He's been great off the tee. Jason Day has not had the best recent form. He did have a win in there, but he's went miscut win, miscut 39th. Lost tee to green in 3 of his last 4 events. I think Terrell Hatton's getting steamed up hard in the outright betting markets. He's got better odds to win than like Justin Thomas and a few guys there. And I think his game's going to translate well here. I like him in all formats this week, betting in DFS. Terrell Hatton -130.
And last but not least, Travis, last segment of the show. Favorite matchup?
Yeah, Douglas, you're gonna love it. I'm going back on a golf we already talked about. I'm going to Vic Hovland. We got Vic Hovland at plus money against Rory McIlroy. And sure, Rory, he had his 7th place at the PGA Championship. Totally understand, but this man is just stunk. Like, he hasn't been that good this year. I'm not in on Rory. I rarely play him. You know me, I like to play Hovland a lot, and I thought this would be a good year for him, and he's definitely been showing it. I'm going to ride it out at plus money while everyone bets him at -130, Rory McIlroy. I'll be taking Vic Hovland at plus 105.
Awesome. Folks, and that wraps it up. That felt like a blaze, no pun intended. Kurt knows what I'm talking about. So final notes, and I'm going to be honest. I thought out of all 3 of you, I thought Kurt, you had the best show. I loved the passion on the Benny On stuff. You didn't have to do that. No one asked for it. And then there you came, like a jack in the box, just sprung to life.
Scumbag Benny On.
Good show. Floor is yours. What's going on this week for you? Anything crazy? And what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, gosh. I got my 10-year reunions this week, boys.
Oh, you're going to that?
So I'm already in town. My parents went to Mexico, and I don't like leaving my grandma alone in the house, because it's big and scary. And she's like 82. So I like to come in and stay with her. And it just so happened to time up the same week. Figured might as well. It's at a nice country club, so it won't be bad. But yeah, the boy's getting old, man. It's a sad day for me. But nice to be back in hometown. Got to hang out with a bunch of my buddies last night and watch the Celtics lose, which was hurt, but we all had a good time. Fun to be home.
Good stuff. 10-year reunion. First of all, don't be embarrassed. Don't be. I say don't be embarrassed about going. I mean, yeah, sure. Fucking losers go to that, but don't be embarrassed about it when you're going.
That's man. Being at the golf club really sold me, man. Being at the country club, I like that country club. So I was like, okay, I'm in.
I'm just messing with you. Look, at least you're in good shape. I mean, shit, imagine being like 400 pounds. I mean, like, I can't wait to go to my 10-year reunion. Like, you put on 300 pounds since high school. So anyway.
Uncle went to the 25-year already.
That's fucked up, Snyder. That would indicate that I'm almost 50. Tough scene. But yeah, I mean, Snyder will be showing up all marble filled to his 10-year reunion in 12 years. What are you, 19, yeah. Snyder? All right. So, yes, Jason, as for your tennis winners, Wolf, today was quite tilting for me with how many of these meltdowns. And Kurt, you're in the DFS tennis streets, right? I mean, I don't know if you are, but these meltdowns in these majors when guys go up 2-0 sets and just mentally melt.
I will be tomorrow. I'm not this week yet, so I'm glad I didn't participate today.
Kills me. So many 5-setters today that had 2-0 first sets and then 3 straight.
Douglas, you know who didn't melt down on the pickleball court this weekend? This guy right here. I played the two my own horn, but some of my ping pong translated over.
I believe that. But Jason, yes, I'll have a few pictures running some final stuff, but I'll have a few picks up on the sheet in the next 30 minutes. Snyder, final notes from you. Obviously, we got the Soldiers tomorrow. You got a show coming up in 30 minutes. A busy guy. So what's going on?
Yeah, looking forward to this event. It's a full field event. Basically, every top player is going to be here. It's an elevated event. We got some really good contests, both on DraftKings and FanDuel. I'll have all my content up over on runpuresports.com. Use that promo code Snyder15 for your 15% off. I'll have the playbook up tonight. I'll have the cash chart up tonight. The Soldiers come out tomorrow at 10 a.m., and then we're going to have round 1 coming in tomorrow, too, on the site. So everything will be over there. All sports, one price, Snyder 15% off. And try and find another winner this week or something.
Good stuff. Quick shout out to Roth Window Cleaning Services. I do find it interesting. That Roth Window Cleaning Services is very concerned.
First of all, why are the Catholics catching strays? I mean, I'm catching strays over here.
I mean, I'll give it to you. I did have the chain covered, but yeah, I got the cross. Rosary beads are in the bedroom as well for other reasons other than praying. But yes, apologize if I let you down there, Roth Window Cleaning Services. But hopefully I'll aim to do better next time. A lot less Jesus Christ in vain. Just for you, my man. Mangone, final notes from you. As I said before, last but not least, and we are here again, last but not least. What's going on? What's going on in Mangone's world? You're back from Jersey, right?
Yep, back from Jersey. Excited to be here, though, right? We got tons of content for you this weekend. Obviously, we got the PGA stuff. You got the show coming up with Snyder in 25 minutes. If you want to get out the lotion for another course preview, don't worry, it's coming up. Just grab a slice of pizza before, get some food in you, and then go get the lotion out and listen to the course preview. They'll be talking about that on the Run Pure Sports channel. We'll obviously have the premium show tomorrow night of all the PGA content. We got MLB, NASCAR. I believe MMA is back this weekend. WNBA is alive and kicking. I mean, we got tennis. I mean, we got every single sport going on. So if you have not signed up, go use that code Mango15. Get you 15% off. And also, I got some player props up on the bet side as well. So as Duffel keeps giving me those tennis losers, my player props will help out.
I'll tell you this little friendly ask of you guys for a wager. Mangone was in New Jersey for a week. How many times do you think he texted his other friend that's in New Jersey?
0.
That's terrible.
Bingo.
I was down at the Jersey Shore and LBI. And
wait, you know what? Oh, shit. You know what? I lied. You did text me while you were in Jersey. He did. You know what he texted me to ask me? Is the NASCAR race happening today?
I did text you.
That was the text message.
I was considering playing the NASCAR slate, and then I said, that seems like too much work. So I decided to sit that one out.
I love it when he gets canceled and goes in the middle of the day the next day.
No, see, I disagree. I love night racing. I love the Coca-Cola race at night. It's always one of my favorite races of the year. And when I realized it was going to be postponed, I said, I'm out on that. I want night racing.
Night race is fun. I'm definitely on board with the night stuff. But another race where there was like 6 cautions in the last 40 laps.
Yeah.
As all my money lit on fire again in the last 40 laps of a race. It's getting tough. It's getting tough in these woods. It's getting tough. And Mark, I'm in North Jersey, Mangone when he was in Jersey, in the middle of Jersey. But yes, with all that said, I wish you all the best of luck this week with your builds. Obviously, check out Snyder's show coming up in 30 minutes, and obviously the private show tomorrow as well with our friend Uncle Terry. But look, until all then, gamble responsibly, stay safe, and as always, folks, run pure. We'll see you next week.